It's wild to think about just how much of gaming culture over the last decade has been defined at least in part by Fortnite. This is a game that began humbly, before expanding wildly into a juggernaut of an online sandbox where somehow Aang from Avatar The Last Airbender can parachute down onto an island on a Cacodemon from Doom, team up with a Greek god, and zoom away in a sports car before emptying a machine gun into Deadpool as he pelts you with Captain America's shield.
That's
But Fortnite isn't just a collection of branded cardboard cutouts scattered throughout a cartoony island. It's managed to grow to this level because it's also an enduringly fun battle royale shooter, bolstered by impressive updates that go all out to pull you back in season after season.
Oh, sorry if I'm gonna be silent today. Just try to figure out each side here.
Each match starts even before the battle bus drops you, as dozens of different missions and objectives infuse each of the roughly 15-minute rounds with extra purpose and direction. This mission structure cleverly guides you towards engaging with Fortnite's large, interestingly laid out map by peppering locations and quests throughout the island. You're naturally encouraged to discover things as you run, dive, or glide from objective to objective. Stumbling upon something cool like a helpful NPC or a weapon bunker to net some useful loot is more rewarding than simply running toward an ever-shrinking safe zone. When you land, these missions might prompt you to do weird things like emote at a named location or eliminate an opponent with a specific weapon to earn experience points for your battle pass. Of course, everyone else is trying to kill you as you do this, so you have to balance it with the task of gearing up with a healing item and guns. The best of those items will be at riskier spots like the Underworld or the Nitro Dome, where you're all but certain to run across others looking for kills right off the bat. But if you prefer to land somewhere less contentious, you'll still be able to find useful stuff off the beaten path, letting you tailor the pace to your preference. The main guns cover your typical but satisfying selection of rifles, SMGs, and shotguns, but Epic isn't afraid to mix up the balance with more creative ideas. They frequently add cool one-off weapons themed after its nearly non-stop rotation of different crossovers. Logging in on a random day could land you something as silly and mundane as Emma Frost's burst rifle, which just deals extra damage, or as bombastic and explosive as the Kamehameha from Dragon Ball Z. Even when they're especially powerful, mythics are easy to come by, meaning you're a lot less likely to lose to another player just because they had a superpowered weapon you couldn't find, like Captain America's shield. The fine art of creating structures mid-fight is as definitively Fortnite as it is divisive, but I like how much literal depth it adds to the already engaging, tense shooting mechanics. It knocks the skill ceiling up a few notches as you learn to juggle the usual dance of aiming, dodging, and reloading with quickly laying down cover and managing your resources. Approachable quick shortcuts make it simple to build a ramp to help climb a hill or set up a wall to defend yourself while you reload. It's not mandatory though. You can definitely still win and have fun without much reliance on ensconcing yourself in wood. High fire rate weapons like SMGs can quickly dismantle opposing creations too, leaving enemies exposed to your sniper shots. Or you could just rush them down with a shotgun and take them out in their makeshift base. There are also no-build matches, which trade the ability to build for extra shields, which changes up the flow and pace of combat. In the default mode, shootouts between equally matched players always push me to the edge of my seat as both parties scramble to outbuild, outheal, and outshoot each other. But since no build takes extra cover out of the equation, the fights are more often locked to the close quarters areas already on the map, which rewards those who rush down their opponents even more. In either mode, plenty of choke points and events pop up randomly to force confrontations or provide an extra advantage for those willing to seize it. If you're lucky, you could snag a ton of goodies from the train before someone else does. From there, you might take on a camp of NPCs, which could reward you with an early forecast of where the safe zone will head next, letting you get the jump on the other remaining players and catching them as they rush towards what they think is safety. Other optional events, like NPC bosses, pepper the map and offer useful rewards. But chasing those also makes your location known to others, so they offer another dangerous decision to consider. You can also buy worthwhile items from friendly NPCs, or even hire them to help you out in a fight. All these options ensure there's always something interesting to do beyond simply looting and shooting. Moving around the map feels incredible, too. Fortnite's current movement options include a sprint, slide, sprinting jump, and mantle, which are just enough to keep combat dynamic and challenging. You aren't as mobile as a game like Apex Legends, but there are still cool opportunities for some daring escapes after a showdown gone awry. And when running around on foot just doesn't cut it, there are plenty of cars scattered around the island for you to find. Each produces a brain-ticklingly satisfying purr as you zoom around and rock out to in-game radio stations full of licensed songs. Even if you're not necessarily going anywhere specific, it's hard to resist the thrill of taking a car off a jump to get some serious airtime. Whether you're vying for the top spot, jumping a sports car off a ramp with your friends, or just checking off story missions, Fortnite accommodates so many different playstyles by rewarding you with XP for doing just about everything. Some activities offer more points than others. Winning a match will always be the most important objective, but Epic goes out of its way to let you have a blast even if you don't crack the top 50. The Battle Pass has both a free and paid tier that unlock cosmetics and some in-game currency called V-Bucks. This system has all but set the standard for how free-to-play games turn a profit nowadays, for better and for worse. Admittedly, it's fun to unlock outfits that let me dress up like my favorite characters, but I don't like how commonplace the almost compulsive nature of this monetization strategy encourages has become. At least Fortnite doesn't lock anything that impacts gameplay behind premium purchases. It even allows you to earn enough V-Bucks to purchase these optional skins or the paid Battle Pass through grinding alone. And with years of big crossovers under its belt, the store has become a pop culture gallery of sorts, with influential film, comic, and game characters lovingly recreated alongside goofy memes. It's by no means the same museum-quality homage to its source material as something like Super Smash Bros., but it's an impressively curated collection all the same. The Indiana Jones content from Chapter 3, Season 3 in the summer of 2022 is a great example of how Fortnite often makes its crossovers feel like more than just a cosmetic cash grab. It seamlessly recreated the iconic Golden Idol heist from Raiders of the Lost Ark into the map using a new location. Not every crossover gets this treatment, but most will at least see some kind of cool inclusion redone in Fortnite's surprisingly cohesive style. For example, Marvel's iconic cast of heroes and villains works perfectly in this season's Doctor Doom-themed takeover. Waving fabrics, shiny metals, and bold cel-shading style adorn these skins with a punch that hits the sweet spot between cartoonish and hyper-detailed thanks to Unreal Engine 5. On most consoles and PCs, and even some phones, it's a graphical showcase, with Unreal's high-fidelity lighting effects on full display as the time of day changes mid-match. Most skins even transfer from the Battle Royale into the other games found on the main menu, as well as the staggering amount of modes and custom games that other players have made within Fortnite. It's nice to see that your efforts in one place will impact the others. That said, Fortnite's wide range of universes don't always collide gracefully. Watching characters who would never wield a gun, let alone kill someone, do both of those things in Fortnite is equally silly and a bit gross. No matter how funny it is to see Aang from Avatar unload a clip into his foe before taunting his kill with John Cena's "you can't see me" gesture, it just doesn't feel right. No matter which version of Fortnite's Battle Royale shooter you prefer, Epic Games makes sure that there's always something on the horizon waiting for you, both in and out of the match. Whether it's the enticing glow and heavenly hum of a treasure chest full of loot, the faraway glint of an opponent's sniper scope on a ridge, a sports car in your favorite color, or an exciting quest to complete, you'd have to try to get bored while playing. Epic's dedication and support have made Fortnite one of the best-maintained ongoing multiplayer games out there as well. Even when a new weapon or seasonal direction occasionally feels like a dud, there's usually something great around the corner to even it out. It's rare to see a game on this scale constantly experiment, take risks, and have so much fun with itself. And while its goofy, over-the-top crossovers with beloved games, movies, and TV shows more often bring a whiff of corporate synergy with them, it's undeniably cool to squad up with your friends as your favorite characters and compete for that sweet victory royale. For another recent re-review, check out our thoughts on Fallout 76 in 2024, and for everything else, stick with IGN.
Man, you have no idea what I've been through. Imagine getting arrested.
I hope you enjoyed that video. See you guys next time.